Hi, hello, Assalamualaikum. I am Nur Farhana bintu Zulkifli, class IF10 and from 7th semester, University of Kuala Lumpur. Here, I want to explain what is Faraid, Wasiyyah, and estate planning. At the same time, I want to present to my beloved lecturer that Dr. Saiful Azhar for my individual assignment project for this time. Without wasting time, we proceed to the definition of estate planning. The term estate planning refers to the preparation of tasks that serve to manage an individual finance situation in the event of their inexpectation or death. The planning also includes the bequest of assets to hire and the settlement of the estate tax and debt, along with the other considerations like the guardianship of minor and pets. Most estate plans are set up with the help and attorney experienced in estate law. Some of the steps include in estate planning typically include listing asset and debt, reviewing account, and the writing of the wills. Estate planning involves determining how an individual asset will be preserved, managed, and distributed after death or in event they become inexpected. Estate planning tasks include making a will, set up trusts, and making charitable donations to limit estate tax, naming and execute and beneficiary, and setting up funeral arrangement. Islamic estate planning also involves writing wasiat, takaful, and faraid. Today, we're gonna focus on faraid and wasiah. So, what is faraid? Faraid is the name given to the Muslim law, which determines the manner and order of distribution of deceased Muslim assets. The Holy Quran contains the principle of Faraid, as do the traditional and saying of the Prophet and the majority opinion of Islamic scholars. In general, Faraid is applied to the asset of deceased Muslim which are not given away under the will, which is wasiat left by deceased and which do not come within the description of any excluded asset. Next, we proceed to the definition of wasiyyah. Wasiyyah, as known as will, refer to something be equal. A person may make a will that includes up one-third of his wealth or asset, according to the Islamic inheritance law. A will is declaration made by person on his property during his lifetime for Sharia compliant purpose. Based on the verse in the Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala ordered writing a will in favor of parent and nearest kin during the earlier day of Islam. As we can see, the meaning of the verse, it is prescribed that when death approach any of you, if they leave something of value, a will should be made in favor of parent immediately, family with fairness. This is an obligation on those who are mindful of Allah. Next, we proceed to the example of the situation. What makes someone claim faraid and wasiyyah? Example of the situation that happened: a husband died and the husband did not making will. All his estate will divide equally faraid to the rightful heirs. The second situation, if the husband does oral will, after husband death, wife or any higher or executor or administration who appoint need to will Sharia High Court to be request and order proof of will. Next, we proceed to the differentiation. Faraid is determined of legal hire who have determined based on Islamic law, but wasiyyah giving property that is pledged during life to be implemented after death. For more detail, we will look at the time and conditions that are allowed during the division of Wasiyyah and Faraid. Time to given, Wasiyyah will give after death occur, same like Faraid. But in terms of division, Wasiyyah will give 1/3 of the estate, but Faraid will according to the Faraid count. In recipient, Wasiyyah allowed to give not and higher, but Faraid that is obligation to give family higher. Lastly, consent of heir. Wasiyyah beneficiary heir require the consent of the other heir, and Faraid must be equal division. Next, we proceed to the pillar. Pillar have four. One is testator, as known as Musi. Musi must have reached the age of 18, is not crazy, voluntary, and prohibited from managing property. If sick, he must be sane, have a good memory, and understand that will make. The second one, receive will. In Wasiyyah, the Musalahu must know has qualification. If determined, he must exist when the will is made. If not determined, is not required to exist when the will is made or when the testator dies. But in Faraid, the Musalahu can be given to house of worship, charitable foundation, academic institution, or anything for the general good. The third one is bequeathed property, as known as Musabihi. The Musabihi, it can be matter of contract during the life of the testator. It can be estate, valuable, transferable, and existing and in possession of the testator if specific, and existing at death if not specific. And the last one, sirah, confirmation and acceptance, can be made through speech, writing, or gesture. The best will in writing and witnessed by witnesses. Acceptance of a will can only be accepted after the testator death. So, in conclusion, why all of this so important? All of this so important because of appoint an executor to administer the estate. And the second one, eliminate debt with God and people. And the last one, charitable for oneself and being able to give wealth to loved one. And the last one, here, do not beg with others. That's all for me. Therefore, I already explained everything and hope everyone can understand it. This topic is very important for our generation. And thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow.